It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, that the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.
Morning.
Hi.
Oh, knocked my
I
camera.
gotta turn you up. Hold on. Say
Good
something.
morning.
Oh, there you go. There you are. Whoa. I turned
Hi,
you up really
Grinder.
loud.
I woke up
Good
way
morning.
too early for my sleep-in day.
Oh.
Not happy about it.
Oh.
I
that
woke
is
up and I'm like,
sad.
it's my sleep-in day.
Hi, Grinder.
So,
Well, you can see my fridge. Okay, wait, hold on.
Mama Chris, hi.
There we go. I know, it's Eliza.
How you doing, Eliza?
I'm doing good. I
Are
got
we
a
going back to
job.
Liz?
Yeah, no, you can call me Eliza. It's fine.
Okay.
Liz, Eliza, whatever.
I'm used to a lot of things, so it's what you want, it'll take me a little bit, but I'll get there,
Yeah.
I always do.
I got a job.
Yay!
A new job.
What are you doing? I know it's in a medical center, but what are you going to be doing?
It's I'm like a secretary.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like
I like secretarial work, actually.
Yeah. So
it's a lot of organizing, which I like to do.
Yeah, I'm not good at that, so we'll see how this goes.
Do you know the alphabet, though?
Yes.
That's your big thing. That's the starting position.
But I think it's all online.
It's online?
I'm good at that.
Oh, okay.
I'm good at online stuff. So I'm good at computers. I'm good at phones, landline phones. Mm-hmm. That was something I said in the interview. I said I have landline phone experience. I said I think that's important.
It is important.
And now,
companies still use landlines.
Yeah, they do.
And some people do not understand them.
Oh, I know. I hand the phone to people at the library sometimes, and they're like, "How do I work this?" I'm like, "Okay, so here's how you do it.
You push buttons."
Yeah, I know.
Can you imagine if you hand them a rotary phone?
Oh my goodness!
God, they would freak.
I would love to do that to like.
I want a rotary phone. I don't know what the hell I'd do with it, but I want one.
I know, just to have it, just to be like,
because I like them.
I know, so nostalgic.
I had a earpiece and microphone that looked like a phone.
Oh,
like a phone.
Yeah.
You plugged into your.
Hi, Chrissy.
For a while, it was cute, but it was It wasn't as useful as this.
Yeah.
It's really cute though. So you're talking
Yeah.
on the phone.
So did you actually have a rotary phone?
My
We
great
did
grandparents
too.
had a party line until I was
Oh,
like
okay.
16. You had to get on there and go, ladies, get off the phone. I need to make a call.
Okay.
Because they would all be on the same line.
Okay.
So they would pick up the phone and talk to each other. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
You never
wow.
knew somebody was listening in.
Oh.
But
It
they
was-
had to hang up if you were dialing out.
Oh, okay. Wow, that must have been
That was
something.
it was weird for me because we didn't have that at my house.
Yeah.
The first time I picked up the phone, there were people talking. I'm like,
You're like, hello.
fix it. It's broken.
Fix it. It's broken.
This is before answer machines, people.
Hi, Myrtle.
I remember when answer machines came out. We didn't have one because we were poor. Only people with money had answering machines.
Yeah.
And they were tapes. It's like a tape deck.
Yeah, like a little tape deck. Yep.
Morning, Myrtle.
And then if it broke, my mom was always like, "Here, Liz, fix this."
Fix this.
I'm like, okay, and I always did. I don't know.
I mean, I in my
it
early
was-
20s, I had regular phones, but I had answer machine when I moved to Pennsylvania. I thought
Mhm.
that was big shit deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was huge. It was like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
They
it was
were
crazy
huge. Yep.
And I've set the phone on top of it because I didn't know what to do with it. It's
Aw.
crazy.
And they had
I
the
didn't get my
tape,
first cell phone
you know?
until I was like 24, 25.
Yeah.
like that.
Yep. Yep. Me too. Me too.
And that was a hand-me-down because my friend couldn't stand that I worked 3 jobs and she couldn't get a hold of me. So she gave me her old phone. It was a little Nokia piece of shit phone.
Yeah.
But
Then they were like saying that cell phones really cause cancer and don't put it next to your head.
mhm,
They were like,
people freak out. Everything's
Yeah.
a conspiracy.
like the antenna, like they had an antenna on them.
Oh, mine didn't.
Mine did.
I
Mine had an
remember
antenna,
people who had those.
flip phone antenna.
Yep. No, this was a little Nokia. It was like this big,
No.
and it had the little keypad. That was it.
Okay. Okay.
No, you didn't do internet on it or anything like that.
Chrissy had the teen line,
The late 90s. It was a home phone, but only $3 a month. But you couldn't do collect calls, and you couldn't do long distance. Remember when long distance cost money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
It
do.
cost a lot of money.
Yeah,
to
it
call long
did.
distance. It wasn't even a joke. It was
I
like
know.
$5 a minute.
I
It was
know.
crazy.
I know. Oh my gosh.
I remember calling my mom collect all the time because she told me to. She's like,
Mhm.
if you need to call me collect. But that's when there were phones on the corner, usually about 3 or 4 phone booths.
You just totally went whoa.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
But-
it was on my end. I don't know.
If you didn't hear me, my mom told me to call her collect whenever I need anything. But that was back when there were phone booths.
Oh yeah, phone booth.
On every corner there was like 2 or 3, sometimes 4 phones in a line.
Yeah.
And then we had cell phones. When we had cell phones,
Mhm.
in the beginning we still had those. And I tried to call a cell phone because I didn't know
Yeah.
you couldn't do that. They won't
Yeah.
let you do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no money. How am I supposed to call my little brother? Shit. Because of course he had a phone way before I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of my friends had beepers in my early 20s.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we had
beepers
codes
were
for
big
different stuff.
things.
Like we're meeting at Denny's was like 333.
Oh, that's smart.
And we had codes, so nobody had to call anybody. We had a whole bunch of codes.
Smart. Wow. You're so smart.
Well, I couldn't stand it because my friend would get beeped and he's like, "Oh, it's so and so," and I'm like, "Well, what do they want?" I have to call them, and I'm like, We're in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Oh, see, even Chrissy said that you sounded robot for a minute. So it wasn't just me.
It wasn't just you.
I was like,
I
really?
I
Am I that
tapped
high right
my
now?
mic with my nail. It might have been.
Oh.
I don't know. But yeah, and now the phones today. I love the phones today. I remember when I used to watch Tech TV. I wish they still had it. I love Tech
Yeah.
TV.
They have
but-
how you make, like how stuff is made.
Yes.
How
it talks
what's
about
it called?
coding, new stuff coming up.
Is
technology.
it
Tech TV
called
was
how
great
you
too.
make it or how it's made? I think it's called how it's made.
There's one called How It's Made. Yeah.
And it's so cool to watch.
I love how it's made. Or Where Did It Come From?
Yeah.
Discoveries or something like that. That's another one that I like. Like learning that hamburgers were a Roman invention, just so y'all know.
Yeah.
How it's made.
How it's
the food
made.
is called Unwrapped.
The food one is called Unwrapped. Yeah,
I've never seen. I haven't seen
we're getting
Unwrapped.
to the food one.
Yeah.
we're getting.
I might have to look at that.
Yeah.
I did. There's one of the guys from Monty Python's Flying Circus. I don't remember which one hosts these shows, and it's all about. There's one that's all about history, all about war, all about love, all about food.
Oh.
He does these, and he's got a really nice voice.
Uh-huh.
They picked the perfect guy to do it.
Yeah.
He's got a very good voice, and that's where I learned about the hamburgers. He's like, did you know that hamburgers were actually Roman during the gladiator Colosseum times? They would make them, and it was like ground meat and pine nuts and a whole bunch of other stuff, and then they grill it and sell them to the people walking by.
Oh wow,
I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
And then I thought pine nuts and hamburger might be good.
I know.
I like pine nuts.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people in America have never had pine nuts, so I have to give it that.
Nuts,
but I like them. I think they're good.
Yeah.
But it was funny. Oh, the phone thing. We had, when hubby and I got together, we each had a little phone that did whatever.
Yeah.
And then I had what was called a trio, which was like it's like a modern day cell phone without the phone part. It was a personal device.
Yeah.
So I had my shopping lists. I had everything. Actually, I really liked that thing a lot.
Like a what are they called?
Personal aid devices, PDA.
PDA, yeah. Yeah.
I love
my
that
brother
thing.
Used to
And
have one of
didn't.
those.
But then I got. No, that wasn't called a trio. That was called something else. The PDA.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called. Don't worry about it. But then the trio came out. Now they had Blackberries, but I never got a Blackberry because they're very freaking expensive. And mostly businessmen and the government use the Blackberries.
Yeah.
And then they came out with a Trio 650.
Oh.
Nikon,
Okay.
I think came out with it. I love that damn thing. I had it for so long. I had it till it died.
Wow.
Because I could go online with it. It had a little touch screen. It was like this big.
Yeah.
And I could like look up my email.
Wow.
My little chat rooms. I could I had music on it, and that wasn't something that most phones did yet. That thing was awesome. And it was sturdy as heck. CSI uses them in their Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds uses them in the second season. I remember watching it the first time. I'm like, they have my phone. They all have my phone. I love that phone. I absolutely love that phone.
Huh.
And then I went to replace it, and they're like, they don't make those anymore. I said, but I like it.
But I like it.
Damn it. So, I mean, I've had my phone for years now. It's in perfect working condition. And it has an auxiliary jack.
Yes.
I don't like this no auxiliary jack.
Yeah, mine does too. See, mine has one too.
Yeah. And I don't think I'd like not having one of those.
Yeah.
So many people run into problems with it.
Yeah,
And
I know. They're all
Bluetooth is
Bluetooth.
not quite reliable enough yet.
Yeah.
It's close, but it's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
So, me and my family sold the massage chair today for $2,000.
Woo!
Damn, if I had $2,000, I would have bought it. I would love
Wow,
that massage chair.
Grinder.
I want
Yeah.
at least the one that does the legs.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
I like the whole back thing.
I love this thing.
And
I
the
just want.
neck.
They put these leg things on you, compression things. They like get tight and then loosen and tight and loosen. When I had the babies, I had those both all 3 times. And the last time the lady's like, I'm going to put these on. I know everyone hates them. I said, I don't hate them. I love them. It's like a forever massage. I want these at home.
Yeah.
I love them. She says, most people find them annoying. And I'm like,
yeah.
It feels so freaking good.
If they put them on right, they do feel good. If they put them on too tight, they hurt.
I never had that happen. I only had them 3 times. So. But I love those things. Web TV. Tech Talk with Leo. I can't remember his last name. I love that show. Tech Talk with Leo.
I never saw that.
Laporte. Leo Laporte.
Oh.
I remember. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But I remember when he brought out a phone that was this size.
Yeah.
And this is way before these were out. This was years ago. And he said, this is the prototype, blah, blah, blah. But it's huge. It's like the size of a chocolate bar. He was like, people, I'm thinking now, and I thought then, I'd love that because I'd be able to read everything very easily.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And our phones are starting to become extinct now because they're coming out with these new flip phones
the foldable ones.
Yeah, the foldable ones.
Well,
if
they get it so they don't crease,
right?
Which I think the new ones are good. The newest ones that came out, but they're expensive.
I know. Yeah.
Then that will take care of a lot of people having broken screens.
Yeah.
Because you won't drop it and break it anymore.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite jokes, though. This one lady does. She says, there should be a test if you want to be a parent. A simple test. Hand me your phone. No, see that screen? No. See, you drop that too many times. Babies are wiggly. Cracks me up every time. Oh no, muscle spasms. That sucks. Because I really like those like things.
Yeah. I guess I'm good to go then because I have no cracks. I have no cracks. I have no cracks in my screen.
Neither do I. I've had this for years and don't have a screen protector. I don't have any cracks. I don't have scratches.
I guess we're good to go.
I take very good care of my phone. It's my brain in a box.
Let's knock on wood now. No.
Yeah, really. But it's funny because the last phone I had before this one got dropped the day I got it and cracked in the back.
Oh.
Because the whole thing was glass.
Yeah.
Thank God they're not that anymore. But it was the first curved screens, which all of them are now.
Yeah.
But the first ones that had the curved screen, the Galaxies. I loved that phone, but I felt so bad. I had a cover on it the whole time I owned it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still paying on that.
Oh.
But, I couldn't do anything about it.
Right.
I probably could have used the insurance, but we had used the insurance for one of hubby's phones once, and we still had to pay like $125 for the repair. I'm sure it would have been more if we hadn't had the insurance. And they make you, just so you know, if you're paying on your phone, they make you have insurance. That's not a opt-out option. You can opt out of it after you pay off your phone, but not before. It's not usually.
I don't know. I think insurance
was like $7 a month or something like that.
I think insurance is kind of important on your phone.
The whole idea of insurance is such a scam.
I know, but if you drop your phone, it's like, and it
Basically,
cracks.
they're betting that you'll never have to cash in on your insurance. You just keep paying them.
Right.
So it's gambling.
Right.
But we have to have insurance to drive our cars.
Yeah.
Most of us have to have some medical insurance until we actually
true.
get real health care.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just the medical insurance started on that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. When I have people who aren't doctors telling me I don't need meds.
Yeah.
Even though my doctor prescribed the med.
Yeah.
That is so many levels of wrong. And I have to pay. And if I do want it, I have to pay $400 a month for it.
Yeah. Oh, this job that I'm getting, they offer medical insurance. I don't know if
you're going to get good medical insurance probably.
I don't know if I'll qualify for Medicaid anymore.
It's okay. Medicaid sucks. Seriously. My best insurance I ever had was working for the hospital. When I worked for the hospital, that was some kick-ass insurance.
And I think I'll be able to afford it because, you know, they're going to pay me well. They offered me a lot of money.
Yay!
I was like, wow, people that actually feel like I can, you know, that I'm worth something.
That's cool. That is so cool.
Yeah. Did I tell you that you get your birthday off with pay?
No, that's cute.
Yeah. Plus, you get paid personal days. You get paid holidays.
You got PDAs.
Yeah, it starts. This all starts as soon as you start working there. You start accruing this stuff as soon as you start working there. Paid holidays. Paid
when
sick
I was
leave,
working at the hospital,
retirement.
We got PTO time, and it started the minute you started working. You started accumulating.
Yeah.
So once I worked a year, not even a year, it might have been 6 months, and I would volunteer to work holidays because everything's screwed up on our holidays anyways. Because my mom's a nurse, so she usually had to work anyway. So we just celebrate stuff when we celebrate stuff. We don't care. It doesn't have to be that day.
Yeah.
So I would get extra money from that and extra PTO time from that. So after about 6 months, I started being able, and when I got hired on, I said, I either need Sundays and Mondays off or Fridays and Saturdays off. Well, a lot of times they gave me Fridays and Saturdays because nobody wants to work Sundays, especially at a hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, because that's like the time. Well, our hospital, we served prime rib every Sunday with shrimp cocktail.
Ooh.
Oh my God, he made the best. Herbie, the cook, made the best prime rib. And I'm like, that center cut is mine. Just set it aside when you're slicing that bugger up. That center cut is mine. That's one of the things about working Sundays too. You get to eat prime rib every Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang, for a poor person, that's a big shit deal.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
But so I had Fridays and Saturdays off, and I worked Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah.
Well, if I wanted to take a long weekend, I did it once a month because of the PTO time. I would take Friday and Saturday I have off, and I'd take off Sunday and Monday. So I'd have a 4-day weekend once a month.
Wow.
I tell you, if it wasn't for my arch nemesis who worked at that hospital, I would still be working there today. Wow. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't handle her. I went through the ranks, like up to the owner, more than a few times. And I swear she was sleeping with somebody.
Wow.
Because there's no way. There was racist things going on. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Personal space issues. If our eyelashes start to braid together, I will cut you.
Okay.
I will cut you. Yeah, providers. Well, for disability, which I have, it's different. And I love it and hate it because of that. We have providers that the kids get stuff from that would be harder to get with other insurance companies.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah.
I have to get my oldest into a real doctor instead because he can't go to his pediatrician anymore, and I'm not excited about that.
Yeah. Aww.
My kids don't like change.
Yeah.
The one I'm really scared of is my daughter. I used to, every month, I would rearrange the living room because when I clean, I move everything anyway, so I just rearrange stuff. She hated it. Every time I did it, she'd get so mad. She was tiny then, She was like 2-3 years old.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm like, gotta get used to it, kid. Change happens.
Oh.
But
yeah. My little niece, she's autistic, and boy, she's getting in trouble in school.
My friend's girl next door is.
But she's pre-K.
That's the hardest. Pre-K and kindergarten are the hardest, in my opinion. With 3 autistic kids on different levels, all went through crazy shit during pre-K and kindergarten.
She is just. I feel bad for the
all of mine tried to run away all the time.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah. She's being so crazy during class, and I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for the other children.
She needs an IEP and to get a personal assistant.
Yes,
it took me forever, but I finally got Liam one. It took forever because my other two went to a special needs school.
Yeah.
So they were pretty much fine.
Yeah.
Because they were almost all the kids were autistic at that school.
Oh yeah.
Kids. There was a few other things, but it was mostly all autistic kids.
Yeah.
So too bad their people were not bright.
Yeah.
But there was some office people that I worried about my kids.
Yeah.
But so then we brought the youngest to the public school, which has a program.
Mm-hmm.
And is actually people try to get into that program who don't live in the area. We just happen to live in the right spot.
Yeah.
And the first year was terrible. I don't know who his teacher was, but I can't remember her name, and I probably should know her anyway. But she just didn't care.
Yeah.
You could tell. Every time we had an IEP meeting, it was, I don't have enough help in the room. I don't have enough resources. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have this. And I'd be like, well, what are we doing about it? How can I help? Who do I call? Who do I yell at? Do I write the school board?
Right.
Do I go and yell at the school board? Because I can do that. I know how.
Right. Yeah.
I'm good at the yelling part.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But she just didn't. I don't think she wanted to be in that situation. I think she would have been better teaching junior high.
Yeah.
And neurotypical kids.
Yep.
I don't think she was made to do younger kids, let alone kids with disabilities.
Yeah.
Those years, Chrissy had the same pre-K and K. She had this. Those are hard years. Now my daughter loves school.
Uh-huh.
She gets mad when she can't go for whatever reason. She's like, school. Like,
yeah.
But we're supposed to go to school.
Yeah.
Now my youngest still would like to stay home all the time. I just want to be with you guys. But at least he's not running away anymore. Because he literally they had to call the cops more than a few times because he would cut and
Yeah.
run.
Yeah. Yep.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And as a mom, your heart, one, you feel bad for the kid
Yeah.
because usually they can't even tell you why they're doing it.
Right.
They're just doing it.
Yeah.
Um, and you feel bad for the teachers because you're a parent of special needs kids, so you know that they're a pain in the ass.
Right.
I mean, they don't. Well, sometimes they mean to be, but most of the time it has to do with not being able to communicate and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's rough on both parties involved and all parties involved.
Yeah.
And you feel bad for the other kids because all this attention is being brought to your kid
Yes. Yep.
instead of them. And then you feel like a shit parent because there's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Except say, I'm sorry. I can't come get them because then they'll get what they want. You're going to have to figure out somehow to sit on top of them for the rest of the day, or he's going to think every time he walks out that door, he's going home.
Yep.
And I can't do that.
Right.
So that took a little convincing in the beginning, too. They kept wanting us to come pick him up. And we're
Right.
like, I wouldn't do that with a neurotypical kid. Why would I do it with a special needs kid?
Yeah.
That's just, no. No.
Yeah.
But kids are funny.
Yep. Yeah.
And I really would like to get my oldest into something because I get bored watching him. He doesn't want to do anything.
Do they have
except listen to his-
those adult daycare things there?
You know, I used to volunteer for an adult daycare when I
'Cause
was
those
pregnant
are
with him
Fun.
at Easter Seals. Oh, I used to
Yeah.
enjoy the hell. I would come in. They'd ask me to come in and do art projects. They'd have a piano player and we'd sing songs. They're like, you know all the old songs. I'm like, yeah, I grew up in Michigan. We do that shit.
Yeah.
Like Bicycle Built for Two and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Way down upon the Swanee River.
Or would he not like that?
They don't have it anymore.
Oh, they don't have it.
Nobody has it anymore.
Oh, what?
And there's only a few extracurricular type things out there, but he doesn't. Basically, they have to be continent, which a lot of autistic kids aren't. They have to have some kind of communication ability, whether it be sign language or touchpad or whatever. And my kids don't have that.
Wow, that's crazy.
So all they're doing is the higher functioning autistic kids get
that's crazy.
And then they wonder
That
why we're
can't be
poor out.
right. That can't be right.
It's Florida.
That's
They want us to leave.
oh.
It's been exciting. Everything's been a fight.
No.
One of the reasons I made this program, this channel, is so that I could do something outside of my home life without having to be outside of my home.
Oh.
Because being outside of the house is hard, even if it's just for an hour.
Yeah.
It's 15 minutes. It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
God bless hubby.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
He is.
I love him to pieces.
Yeah.
I occasionally rock.
Occasionally
Cute, so cute. So modest.
Oh boy. So it's supposed to be 80 degrees here today.
82 and raining today here.
Oh, ew.
That's normal this time of year. I hate it.
That doesn't sound
It's icky.
pleasant.
It's like when you go outside, even if you're not getting rained on, you can't breathe.
You can't breathe. No.
It's just steam in the air. It's fog,
Wow.
and it hurts. And the rain, usually when it's that high of a temp and the rain's coming down, it's coming down like and it hits you and it hurts.
Yeah.
It's coming down so hard.
Wow. Ugh.
Makes me miss snow.
Yeah.
Seriously, people are like, I hate snow, and I'm like, I hate and hail. We have hail down here sometimes, and when I
Wow.
say they're the size of golf balls, I am not exaggerating.
Did they hit
They-
your car and hurt your
They,
car?
I have never had one hit my car or do damage to a car, but I have seen windows taken out. I've seen hoods dented, unreal dents and stuff. And I don't have a carport or garage or anything.
About 8 years ago, I was taking the kids to school. No, not 8 years ago. More like 6 years ago. About 6 years ago, I was taking the kids to school, and as I was walking them inside, it started hailing.
Oh.
And I just sort of stayed in the thing watching as the hail came down hard. I was for about 20 minutes, but it didn't wreck any of the windows or anything.
Wow.
I think there was a couple dents of the car, but
wow.
That's what I always worry about is the windows.
Yeah.
I mean, the newer cars have better windows nowadays than they used to. But on that note, it's harder to get out of them too. If there's
Yeah.
can't just kick them out anymore.
Yeah.
But
they do have these little devices that you can get where
the
they
key
have
ring.
like a little
It has a point.
Yeah, like a point where you can just but like who carries that around?
A lot of people. I just forget.
I don't have one, but I should get one because it also
There's
has a
somebody
seatbelt
on
cutter.
Etsy who gives women these keychains, and they have like this cat face. You put your fingers in the cat face, and it has ears to defend yourself with.
Cool.
It has one of the tappers, like
Yeah.
you're talking about, which is also good for pressure points if you know how to use it.
Yeah.
And then a whistle and a panic alarm.
Ooh.
And something else. I can't remember what else it is. I should look that up. I can't remember what it was. I've seen it before, though.
That
I know a lot of
sounds
people do
good.
resin stuff like that, and they don't sell it for very expensive.
Cool. Yeah.
I was thinking about doing some of those when I was thinking about doing resin. I have resin I should send to Go and Jelly Bean. Because I have a couple bottles of resin and a couple molds. I should just.
Yeah.
They're eyelash molds. They're molds to put eyelashes in.
Oh, cool.
So, because the little things they come and break all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And if you use them more than once, which my cheaper ones I don't usually use more than 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So, but the more expensive ones, like if you get mink or faux mink ones that are expensive, you can really reuse them a lot. Or my
Are you talking about mink eyelashes?
No.
Are you saying mink eyelashes?
Mink. Yeah. The original eyelashes were mink.
Like mink as in mink fur?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
That's what the original false eyelashes were made out of. You can still get them today. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know why that grosses me out, but it does.
I don't know either.
Why does that gross me out?
I don't know. Do you wear fake eyelashes?
No.
That might be part of it.
I tried it one time. Like I tried it, but I just didn't. I couldn't. Yeah.
That's probably part of it.
Okay.
And the thought of the texture probably.
Yeah.
A lot of people like them because they're lighter than the acrylic one.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
But they look like eyelashes. They don't look like a stole or anything.
Right.
They just look like eyelashes.
I haven't heard that word in a while. Stole. Mink stole.
Cookies. people usually don't know what duckies are either.
I don't know what a ducky
Way
is.
back
What's a
when.
ducky? Okay, tell us what a ducky is.
Way back when
Okay.
men got dressed, their clothes were not the way they are today.
Uh-huh.
First of all, their shirts had bandit collars, which was just about that big with a button.
Okay.
And then they would put on these collars underneath and out.
Uh-huh.
They'd get them very starched, so they were very stand-up-ish.
Uh-huh.
And so all that was. Then, if they had certain jobs or for parties and stuff, they'd have these pieces of leather that wrapped around the front of the boot so you could not see the laces going up the boots.
Oh.
And a lot of times you'll see them in movies. A lot of times they're white on a black boot. It's just this little bib thing.
Yeah.
It's a ducky, is what it's called.
Oh.
But so is the collar.
Oh.
It's also called a ducky.
Actually, the collar is called a dickie.
Oh, a dickie.
Oh,
A dickie and a ducky.
a dickie and a ducky.
And I remember we used to wear those collars. They looked like little turtlenecks, but it just was a collar.
Yeah.
We used to wear those in high school. I remember those. So it looked like you were wearing layers, even though you weren't. So you weren't dying in the classroom, but you still got the fashion sense going.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. We learned something today, everybody.
I'm sure. Let Grandma sit down and talk to y'all for a minute.
Stop.
Somebody, I can't remember. I love it when people tell me all the time, you cannot be 50. I'm like, a few months, I'll be 50.
Wow.
No. I'm feeling it. I'm starting to feel it. My 30s were okay. My 40s were okay. But now I'm starting to feel it.
Oh.
My skin. Oh my God. Dry. So dry. I've never had dry skin in my life.
Oh. Oh.
It's terrible. So I start a routine with moisturizer and then I stop. And then I start again.
Oh no.
Because I never did it before, so it's not a routine I ever did.
Right.
You know, I put lotion on my elbows and my hands in the winter because they get dried out.
Here's a question. What kind of soap do you use?
Dr. Bonner's peppermint soap.
Okay. So you might need to change your soap.
Nope.
Yes, you might need to.
No, I talked to the doctor about it. That's the best soap you use. It's not the soap, it's my hormones. I'm premenopausal.
But still, there's some really good soap out there.
Castile, Dr. Bonner's Castile soap has been around forever because there's nothing in it.
Okay, but listen, there's some really good soap out there that's very moisturizing. Like there's a lady down the road that makes some goat milk soap. Maybe you too, Myrtle.
You too, love you.
Like there's a lady down the road, she makes goat milk soap. It's very moisturizing for your skin. Maybe I'll send you some.
Ask her if there's any lanolin in it.
Lanolin? Oh, are you allergic?
Very.
Okay. I'll ask her.
It makes my skin break and bleed.
Okay.
A lot, and that's the problem with a lot of moisturizers and moisturizing stuff. They have lanolin in it because it's a natural phenomenon with goats and sheep in their hair. The stuff that makes their hair spin together into wool, that is actually lanolin. It's like a grease.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, shea butter I do pretty good with, but a lot of times there's fragrance in it that I can't stand.
Okay.
It makes my eyes itchy.
So maybe a fragrance-free one.
Maybe. I like my peppermint soap.
I know.
I use peppermint soap and lavender soap.
I used to be really dry too because of menopause. And then when I started using this other soap, I was like my skin became less dry.
It's mostly my face.
Oh.
It's not as bad It's weird. Don't get old, people. Perimenopause and menopause is weird.
Yeah, it really messes with your
It's
hormones.
really weird.
Even fake hormones, like they don't really do as good a job as regular hormones.
My mom's been taking them since she had my brother at like 24
Mm-hmm.
because they had to do an emergency hysterectomy
Oh yeah.
because he was big boy.
Oh.
And she had him naturally, and that was really bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had his hands on her hip bones, like this, and his feet were locked under her rib cage.
Ouch.
He was not coming out.
Ouch.
I can't even imagine the pain. He was 10 pounds and 2 feet long on a woman who's not even 5 foot tall.
Wow.
That's from my dad's side of the family.
Yeah.
All the boys on my dad's side of the family are huge.
Wow. So that was her last baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She was done anyway.
Yeah. How old was she?
24.
Oh, 24. And how many babies was that?
Just me and him.
Huh?
Just me and him.
Just me and, okay. Just you and him.
She wasn't sure she ever even wanted kids.
Oh.
So
Aww.
she said, I don't really like kids, but then I had mine and I love mine. She's really good with kids, though. She's really good with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if she had, I don't think she could have handled a large kit of kids.
Yeah.
I don't think she could have mentally and emotionally handle it. It would drove her nuts. We were very much the not seen, not heard generation.
Yeah.
They just, the sun comes up, go outside. I'll see you when the sun comes down. And if you don't get home by the time sun goes down, you're in trouble.
Yes. Yep.
One lady on my block. Okay, I lived in the middle of nowhere. I call it a block because we had 4 houses that were kind of close together.
Mm-hmm.
And because up the road we lived on. And the lady who was next door to us, had a whistle that she called her kids home with. That thing cut through all the noise of the forest.
Wow.
Let me tell you, that thing was annoying. Because if she needed him to come home, she just blew the whistle.
Wow.
For whatever reason.
Wow.
A lot of times we wouldn't eat lunch. We wouldn't even go home for lunch. We'd eat stuff. We'd eat like berries, and if we were hungry, or wild onions.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Wild berries a lot. We had a lot of wintergreen berries.
Wow.
And blueberries, raspberries, blackberries that grew everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
All around lakes. So we didn't usually even go home to eat lunch. But boy, when we got home, we wanted dinner.
Yeah.
Like
we were like that too. We just went outside. Even when we were little kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like little kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like
3 and 4.
go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Go outside, play.
And now if I leave my teenagers in the backyard by themselves, even if they weren't neurodiverse, if they were neurotypical, I'd get in trouble.
Yeah. Yep.
You can't just let your kids go outside and play anymore. You have to be right on top of them.
Yeah. It's weird.
And people are like, well, your parents did it. No, they didn't.
No.
I hardly ever saw my parents when I was growing up, except for dinner time and holidays.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Saturday was the one day I didn't
Not
have to go
even
outside in the morning. I got to watch my cartoons with my bowl of Cheerios. But after those cartoons went off at 11:30,
out you go.
It was fine. I had a great imagination. We built stuff, much to my mother's chagrin.
We had friends.
Where are you going? We're going to the junkyard. Do Do you know how far that is? It doesn't matter. We'll go there today, pick out what we're going to get, and we'll drag it, stuff we need every day for, a week.
Yeah.
And poof, we have a motorcycle, a little mini bike, like a motorcycle, only smaller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my mom was not happy with it. They used a lawnmower engine to make it go.
Oh. Cool.
My cousin and I go, that still works.
That still works.
We can build something. Yeah, and he grew up to be a contractor, and he does amazing stuff.
Wow.
He just built, my mom sent me pictures. He took, I don't know if y'all know what a corn crib silo is.
Yes.
But he took a silo that was no more use and cut the top off of it with the pointy roof and the round.
Yeah.
And put it down on the ground. It was about 8 to 10 feet.
Uh-huh.
And turned it into an outdoor bar.
Wow.
Then he took another piece of ring and turned that into a barbecue thing.
Wow.
It is amazing. My mom sent pictures. I am so jealous. I want one.
Wow.
He does neat stuff like that all the time.
Wow.
He always has.
Cool. That sounds fun. Where is that at?
My cousin Richard, just so y'all know.
Where's that at?
He's Michigan.
Michigan. Okay.
I'm not sure where in Michigan he lives anymore. Since he got married, I'm not sure. But he was in Buckley.
Oh.
Where we lived on our own road in Buckley.
Oh.
Because it's all farm.
Yeah.
All farm. There was one restaurant and one church.
When we were little kids, we used to run through the cornfield.
Scary as shit.
Oh, thank you, Grinder.
We used to play corn. Aw, thank you. Grinder, you're such a sweetie. We used to play cornfield tag. When I was a kid.
Yeah. Yep.
Then one day we rented a movie, and this is back when you could. They usually had a rack in the convenience store, and it was like $5 to rent, which is a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a big selection. And I don't remember what movie we were supposed to get, but we got Children of the Corn.
Oh no. Oh no.
So us kids, there's about 10 of us.
Oh no.
Sitting in the living room on a little black and white TV about this big.
Watching Children of the Corn.
No. What just happened? I'm not picking corn tomorrow. My aunt was so mad. She came in like near the end. Didn't realize what we were watching. She was so mad. Not with us. Because we didn't do it on purpose.
Right.
That was a scary movie. I don't usually. Well, I was younger too. I was probably about 13 when it came out. 12 or 13 when it came out. And all I can think of is, he wants you, Malachi. That's what the last thing that the kid says, and it's freaky. Kids freak me out. Even when I was a kid, kids freaked me out. Kids are scary little shit.
They can be.
They are frightening. You can't tell what they're thinking about. They're planning something. I'm telling you.
Know.
Once they hit puberty, they're fine because they get stupid. But you're so stupid, and it goes away. Yeah, Children of Corn. Not something you show farmer kids. Don't show farmer kids Children of Corn.
No.
Especially when sweet corn is one of your main crops.
Yeah.
I'm not picking corn. Because field corn, which is what you turn into feed for the stock. You just cut that down with a machine and it grinds it up and eats it up and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet corn you have to pick by hand.
Yep.
And I'm talking acres and acres of sweet. It's a hard job. Not one of my favorites. The hardest job on a farm, though, is when they turn a new field and you have to go rock picking. That job sucks.
Speaking of corn.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, this is my brother's corn.
Oh, it's sugar, peaches, and cream. I love those. That's my favorite.
Aren't they cute?
The little white and gold.
Yeah.
That's the sweetest corn. It's so good.
It's really
I
good.
can
There's
eat
a
that raw.
couple that are like the white one, like
Mhm.
the really sweet ones. But yeah.
I can eat that just like that. Doesn't even have
Yeah,
to cook.
he really there's some really good corn in there.
That was
And
another thing we did. We ate off the fields all the time. Raw
yeah.
vegetables.
Yep.
Corn. Green beans. Lots of green beans.
Oh yeah, I love green beans.
Well, we would do just fields of green beans. And the picker, which those we didn't, thank God, have to pick by hand. But the picker would leave a lot behind. So now I can't remember what it's called. The stuff that left behind. There's actually a word for it. And back in biblical times, they would have the same thing. They would have growth after harvest. And that was set aside. Those fields were set aside to let grow for poor people to come and pick food for free.
Yeah.
So they could have food. We always did that every summer. I didn't realize this wasn't a common thing everywhere. I don't know how we would have ate if people didn't do this. We would go, we'd pick strawberries, peas, beans, apples, cherries, plums, all different kinds of stuff. There's a name for it that's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah, I forget the name for it.
But there's actually a name for it.
There is a name for it.
We would can it and eat on it for like the rest of the year.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't think we ever did was potatoes. I mean, we would grow potatoes, but I don't think we did any extra. Like we didn't get boxes of potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And squash. We didn't get boxes of squash because oh my gosh, squash grows really well in Michigan. It's over.
Yeah.
So you don't. And zucchinis are like this big. They're at least my forearm.
Yeah.
When I moved down here, and I didn't think those were actually zucchinis. I thought there was something else I didn't know about. I had no clue. All I had seen is these huge things.
Yeah.
We did asparagus a couple of years too.
Oh.
When it was in a good rotation for money.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a pain in the ass, but we did do asparagus. We did clover. We did a lot of clover, which, if y'all didn't know, that's the good hay.
Yeah.
That the show cows eat.
The show cows eat.
Alfalfa is what it's called after you cut it.
Mm-hmm.
So we did a lot of that.
Yeah.
It was crazy. My farm days were crazy.
Yeah.
We were basically kids working on a farm, raising ourselves.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
But we did it.
Yeah.
And I'm probably better for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some trauma that I have to deal with every now and then, but that probably is part of what makes me me.
Yeah.
I don't want to change that.
Yeah.
I really do think that it's important to have bad times, to have down times,
right?
To have times where you trip and fall.
Yep.
You really have to, because if you don't, you won't get it. You won't get what's going on around you when you get older.
It strengthens your faith. Well, for me anyway, it strengthens my faith.
It makes you who you are.
Makes you stronger.
How you deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you start to learn to deal with things.
Yeah.
And I know I was never diplomatic. I was not a diplomatic person. I had a really hard time with diplomacy and divvying out responsibilities. What's the word I'm looking for?
Delegate.
Delegate. I was never good at delegating into my early 20s. And you know what I learned that from? Playing Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh.
I was like, okay, this is smart. Why don't I apply this to my life? What?
Oh, guess what? Guess what?
Hmm.
We have a lady who is bringing her autistic, like very autistic, um, very like, he's a loud
Severe.
guy. Yeah, he's a loud guy in church and stuff. To church. And I'm like so happy. He's so nice,
We tried
you know?
a lot of churches. And
Yeah.
some that even said they had classes for my kids.
Yeah.
And none of them welcomed us. None of them.
Yeah. I
Including
know.
the one my mother used to go to. She doesn't go there anymore. She
Yeah.
stopped going there a while back.
Well.
But yeah, I was mad. Me and God had it
Yeah.
out for a while there.
Yeah.
Because I was very angry.
Yeah.
And then I had to realize that the people just didn't get it. It's not
Yeah.
about them. It's about us.
Yeah.
It's about the church, the congregation as a whole, and the fellowship.
But I don't know. I know we don't talk about that stuff on here. But I was like encouraged because I remember that story about you guys, and
Good. I'm glad that I'm really glad that
and
that helped.
he's loud in church, and
Why not?
he's been there for weeks, and he's been there almost 2 months. He's been coming almost 2 months now. So, and he keeps coming. So, yep.
We were
He does not go back. He does not go back to children's church.
No.
He stays in with the adults while we're having our
service.
Yep. He stays the whole time.
For those of you who don't know what she's talking about, some churches, not all churches, but some churches, they do the epilogue and the opening stuff for their service for everybody, and then the children are taken. I was about to say downstairs because the church I grew up in was downstairs, but they're taken to another classroom or room so that they can do stuff that's more geared to their age levels. It's usually like 7 to pre-K or to junior high, like 7 to junior high.
Yeah.
And they usually sing songs that are more close to them. They do stories that are more close to them. So, and they have a place where they can talk and ask questions and stuff. Because services tend to be in the sanctuaries, the services tend to be a little bit serious. Isn't the word I want. Solemn, maybe.
More geared towards adults.
And it is always geared towards adults.
And it's more. I mean, the kids just, I don't know, they make it more geared towards kids back in the kids areas where they can understand it better.
And a snack.
Yeah.
Because
it's more.
I was always hungry.
Yeah. Just gives them a little bit different experience.
It's like Sundays were one of the few times we ever went out to eat. It wasn't always, but every now and then we'd go out to eat. Mostly we ate at church. We had potlucks almost every Sunday and Wednesday.
Yeah, we eat so much
at
church. We eat so much at church.
It's called fellowship.
I know.
I have a hard time doing potlucks with people who don't know how to do potlucks. Okay, this is how you do potlucks. You bring enough for your people plus 3. And then everyone shares it. There's more than enough to go around.
Yeah.
Now, if you only bring enough that will feed your family, there's not extra to go around.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and some people who can't bring, and you want to be able to feed the people who can't bring anything.
Yeah, that's true. We oh my gosh.
I love potlucks.
Our church, there's like 7 or 8 tables, like those big, huge white tables filled with food,
Mm-hmm.
like filled. And like they're not little things of food. They're like
Oh no, we
huge
had the Nescos. You all think a
entrees.
crock pot holds a lot? Nescos can hold 3 turkeys,
Yeah.
and
I
they would
mean,
be full
they
of
are.
whatever somebody concocted that day. Could be
Yeah.
chicken and dumplings. It could be chili. I know they had chili.
Yeah.
They and nobody at my at this place would bring bought food like pre-prepared. It was all
Mhm.
homemade,
Mhm.
all homemade food, and it was delicious. And we had
Yeah.
just as much dessert as we had
Yeah.
regular food. Sweet tooth people, let me tell you.
Yes. There's a whole like 3 tables full of
That's just dessert.
desserts. Yep, 3 tables full of desserts.
And I used to try to take little bits of everything, and I
Yeah,
couldn't even finish that.
I know.
There's so much of it, but I
And
want to try it.
and what they do sometimes, like if
Send
there's,
home stuff with us.
yeah, they
Oh,
have like to go containers for
mhm.
people. They say take
We all
food
bring
to
our Cool
go.
Whip containers. Everybody Cool Whip containers. Everybody
Yeah,
brings Cool Whip containers.
yeah, take food home,
You know how
people.
weird it is to go for someone who grew up like that to go in the refrigerator, see a Cool Whip container, and open it up, and it's Cool Whip.
Yeah, I know. I opened one
We
of
keep
those
the
up
Cool Whip in the freezer.
when I when I went to my elderly lady's house. I like took a Cool Whip container out of the fridge and I opened it up and it was Cool Whip. And I was like, why is this in the fridge?
Wait, wait, that's not right.
Oh, that was funny.
It is. And we used to have bonfires at the end of the weekend, at the last weekend of the month. And we would get 30 to 40 people coming to my house.
Wow.
We had a bigger house in Cocoa and a yard. And some of them would spend the weekend with us. They'd sleep all over the place, let me tell you. And these are adult people.
Yeah.
We had a few children coming too. But one of people's favorites is when I made pot roast. And I said, I'd be more than happy to make you pot roast. If you buy the chuck roast and bring it to me, I will make pot roast for everybody. Because I could not afford, even back then when it was a lot cheaper than it is now, I could not afford to feed 30 people pot roast.
Right.
Now I do turkeys a lot.
Yeah.
Because they feed a buttload of people and they're usually cheap.
Yeah.
You can get, and they can stay in a freezer for almost a year without going bad.
Right. Yeah.
So when they would go 60 cents a pound, be getting 4 of those, put them in the deep freeze.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I usually make some big pot of soup. And something vegetarian-esque. Because there's always somebody, a new person would come in and they'd be vegetarian. By the time they came the third time, they were no longer vegetarian.
By the time
we always started out as vegetarians, and it wasn't that anyone like forced them to eat anything.
Right.
But I swear, in Gen X, anyways, in Gen X, most of the vegetarians are vegetarians because their moms couldn't cook. I swear it, because everyone I would meet would be like, well, I'm a vegetarian, but I'll eat chicken every now and then. So I started calling them chickenitarians.
Chickenitarians.
Because that's just, you know. And I remember one day, I was making I had one guy who swore he was a vegan. Ovo-lacto. He didn't, no milk, no eggs, nothing.
Wow.
It was, my mom sat him down when she met him and taught him how to complete his proteins. She says, fine if you want to be a vegan, but you got to know what you're doing or you're going to die.
Oh, yeah.
That's what my mom said. But then one day I was making chicken Kiev, which is like, people love our chicken. It's not like traditional chicken Kiev, but it is a breaded Parmesan chicken with a white wine sauce and butter sauce, and it's delicious. It's the best gravy ever with all the leaves.
Yeah.
So it's cooking. You can, the whole house can smell it. He comes and he goes, that smells good. I said, you can't have it. It's chicken. But that smells good. So I let him try. He became a chickenitarian.
Oh.
And he went on to he added fish too. He had my shrimp scampi and he added fish and chow. I don't think he ever actually made it to red meat or pork. Just fowl and fish, basically. But that was a big deal for him.
Yeah.
I would get him cheeseburgers with no burger and extra cheese from McDonald's, and they usually didn't make me pay hardly anything for them, like 15, 20 cents. And I'd get him like 3 or 4 of those when he was working and give them to him. And I said, I can't even understand it. He's like, it's a cheese sandwich with condiments on it. And there was this one time, there's this lady who was probably old enough to be our mother working in the back. And she's like, do you want lettuce and tomato on that? Like, sure. You don't usually get that offer at McDonald's, people. Okay?
Yeah.
That's normal. She was worried he wasn't eating enough.
Right.
But and they didn't charge us hardly anything. They were very sweet people. That's another thing that doesn't happen a lot, where people are interested in how you are doing. They're not just saying, hi, how are you? Have a great day.
Right.
Next.
Right.
People actually, are you doing okay? Is there anything else you need? And they mean it. They meant it.
Yep.
And you didn't always take everything anyone said as a lie. You believed them when they said it until it was proven that they were lying.
Right.
And so that's hard for me a lot. I get really, my nose gets out of joint when people, one of the biggest things to insult anyone in my family is to call them a liar. That is like the epitome of shame in my family.
Yeah.
And I can't understand how people lie anyways. It's too hard. I watch people lie and I know they're lying because they got it wrong and I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
So don't lie. Even if it's not a moral thing for you, don't lie because somebody's going to catch you because you're going to mess up the story.
Yeah.
It's just the truth. Just so you know. All right. We went over, but that's okay because Eliza and I like to talk.
Yeah, we do.
You.
I know.
You're one of my good talkers.
I know.
You and I, we visit.
Yeah,
when we have a show, we visit.
Yeah, we do.
It's like when people used to show up at each other's houses without calling first.
Yep.
That's what we have. We'd sit down and have a cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we could.
All right, everyone. I hope you have a great day. We have Cards Against Humanity tonight at 8:00.
Okay.
I love you all. Have a great day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, that the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It's by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures, it leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses, it restoreth my buzz, it leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life. and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.